We can sack Massalia. I'm actually now thinking maybe it'll be better for us to just go ahead and take it. We don't have to take Genoa. We'll go ahead and sign a peace because we want a little bit of a buffer between us and Rome. So the Genoese or the Massilians in Genoa. Ah, here we go.
I offer peace as I would throw a rope to a drowning man.
No. Why?
Do you wish to clamber aboard?
Actually, you know what? Here, let's counteroffer. If they want to become our client state, nope, okay, well then fine. Let's, okay, let's retreat.
You have spoken much, but little of it has been rational or clear-headed.
Now, the Wolkai are going to proceed to attack. I don't think their army is going to be larger than ours, and I'm pretty sure the Massilians are going to try to do the same thing where they try to sally forth. That'll make the garrison even weaker. We have a bunch of reinforcements on the way. Now, it would be really weird, and it's something I would definitely save scum for, if for some reason the Wolkai were outright able to take the city. That would be distressful and annoying, but it looks like they're besieging. We don't necessarily need to help the Wolkai. I will let the Massilians sally forth. They have a pretty significant garrison. That is 17 units. That is a large army. Granted, those troops aren't necessarily specialists, but when it comes down to it, if you have 1,000 men on the other side who are armed with sharp sticks versus a much smaller force, they might be able to win in spite of themselves. Okay, so Nematios was exposed. There's a food shortage in Arverni. We have encountered the Casatani, who are in Spain, around Tarraco or Tarragona. Seasonal and unseasonal conditions. A faction is destroyed. The Namnetes have been destroyed, and the motivated populace of Aquitania have given us increased growth and a better tax rate. Now, let's take a quick look at diplomacy. What's happening over here? The Carnutes have become pretty powerful. It looks like they have most of this northwest region. They have the entire province of Gallia, except for our territory. So let's see if we can. And they're treacherous. They have a bunch of resources here.
I listen because your people are known to have honor.
Maybe let's offer a payment. How about a non-aggression pact?
Show wisdom and accept them. I cannot say.
So now I'm worried about the Carnutes. The Carnutes look like they're going to be very powerful. They've taken over a couple of their neighbors, Uliobona and Namnetum. They look to be on the rise here. Now, let's save. We gave them a little bit of money. Hopefully that'll buy us some breathing room. Now,
ready for battle.
Proceeds. Oh, we are trespassing into Insubres territory.
Not possible.
Can we not cross this river here? Aha. You know what? In that case, let's send him back. It'll take way too long. Now, let's reinforce our armies here.
Move out! On the move, lads. Gaul is mother to us all.
Let's see if we can change some troops here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do.
Gauls love the open road. Thirsty, get moving! On the move, lads!
Now we could straight up get these two down here. And let's exchange the other unit. And this guy. And there we go.
Get moving!
Now we could send our other general back.
On the move, lads!
The Razorbacks. Interesting. Okay. Let's end the turn here. I'm not sure. Perhaps the Wokai have better siege technology than we do, although I find that to be very difficult to believe. We are not allied with the Wokai. I wouldn't be averse to an alliance with the Wokai. Looks like they're not sallying forth against the Wokai here. Now, does that mean if we actually try to attack? I'm not going to help the Wokai. Pretty sure if they are able to, they will not just sack Massalia, they will capture it. Puts us in a very interesting position right now. Now, I'm willing to take a surrender from Massalia if they become our client state. Or if they give us a huge amount of money. I'm actually starting to worry a little bit more about our northern flanks. The need for cavalry. Okay, do we rally horsemen? Cavalry recruitment costs are reduced. Let's do that reduced cost. Embudia has increased in rank, and we have researched better siege tactics. Astioka has been exposed. That's right. There's Astioka. Oh no, that's their hero.
Getting on our way for the tribe.
Now, do we try to attack with our army?
Ready for battle.
I don't know. We have a couple depleted units here. Let's see. What do we have here? Embudia has an increased skill. Let's see. Income from raiding. Commit arson. Audacity. Let's say audacity sounds good. Or valor. Let's see. Yes. Valor. Save this at the beginning of the turn. I'm trying to outmaneuver the Wokai here. Don't want to necessarily help them to take Massalia. We actually don't want Massalia to fall to them. But we don't want to lose a chance to attack.
That is impossible.
Looks like we are not able to do that in any case. But let us move closer.
Gauls love the open road. Warriors, hold for the tribe.
And our army is here in Subres territory.
Gods and your ancestors. To travel is to be truly free.
End that turn. Oh, we are not researching any technologies. Okay, great. So again, I feel like I want to keep continuing on the siege. Pre-siege tower. Yes, let's research the siege tower. Take a few years. Now the thing is, of course, since each turn is one season, it's interesting because now a war can very easily go on for 10, 15, 20 years. Depending on how large the war is, who's fighting each other, how long, you know, what's the scope of the area. Now, if for some odd reason the Wokai are able to take Massalia, I am not ruling out the possibility of declaring war against the Wokai. I don't actually want to make enemies out of them though, so I would also be very happy to kind of leave things as they are. Kind of go to the status quo antebellum. Oh, okay. Why would we want to attack Massalia? Aha. So we're going to save this. Now, this is something that happened last time, and somebody in the community was so helpful to say, no, don't help them out, because what happens is they're not our allies. The Wokai are not allied with us in any way, shape, or form. So if we help in this battle and we defeat the Massilians, they can walk into Massalia and take it, and that's not what we want. So I'm going to decline the attack here. I'm not sure if this 2970 is just their troops, or if they have another army off to the side. If we're the 1973 that might be reinforcing them, I am not going to do that for them. I'm going to decline the attack. And now they have been pushed back. Now we get the chance to take the initiative and besiege Massalia, which is what we wanted. I know that sounds a little douchey, a little messed up, but at the same time, I don't see why I should try to help the Wokai gain a territory for a place that we've been at war with for the last 20, 30 turns. Okay, it is winter. Now, let's save. We can actually start the siege in the wintertime. I've noticed that there is definitely a movement modifier in the winter. So Astioch has been exposed unseasonal conditions in Aquitania. Iburia is now Doctore. She has increased authority. And a faction, the Caledonoi, have been destroyed. Now let's get this one army back up before we forget. Make sure they get back here. This army can actually head back here. Our army can move up. And let's then set the siege.
Besieging settlement.
Now, we can actually take this outright. It'll take a while to have them sit, but the thing is that we are not in any rush. We have our reinforcing armies, they have their reinforcing armies. If we can actually build siege engines, that would be easier to take the city, then sure, let's go ahead and build a ladder. So now we have 2 ladders here and another 2 that we have. Maybe a light battering ram. Or a light gallery. Let's build a light gallery and let's just continue the siege.
Let them cower before us.
Again, no reason to rush into that. Nobody else is going to take it. The Wokai's army was repulsed. The Wokaian army was repulsed. And at this point, I think this is everything we can do. I think we're going to go ahead and call that good. The Wokai army looks like it's trudging back to Narbonensis. And we are kind of sitting pretty on the outskirts of Massalia, which is undergoing a lot of sieging. Now, I've noticed that the galleys can actually help in a land battle here, which is kind of interesting. I didn't think they would have the range to attack the city walls, but in some ways it makes sense if your whole city is facing the ocean. You can't capture it without getting rid of some of these galleys. Or at least not completely, and we don't have a navy. So, let's see what happens here. Now, it looks like the Massilians are still sending their heroes west. I have no quarrel with the Wokai, but I'm not going to help them capture a city that we've been trying to get for a long time now. So, public order in Massalia is starting to actually go down. This is something that took me a very short time to discover as the Massilians, that it's difficult to maintain public order. I'm not sure how the AI is able to do this. I haven't quite grokked how to do that. Every time I look at a province, public order is teetering. It's usually somewhere around 0. I know there are certain buildings you can build, certain things you can do, but to keep it close to 100 is something that I've not been able to figure out yet. Now, it looks like the Wokai just raised another army in Narbo here. Not sure how quickly they'll be able to get to Massalia, but the thing is that we're the ones who are conducting the siege.
There is barely enough money in your treasury to cover costs.
Okay.
You can ensure your provinces are
Looks like something happened here. Duty calls Defenders of the Hills. This force needs leadership now its commander is gone. Who will answer the call? Not sure what happened here. All these guys seem to be about the same. Drakinos. Let's assign Drakinos. Overcome by attrition. Oh no, okay, there's a lot of events that happened here. Hidden agent exposed, R agent exposed, attrition. Really? Okay. Character personality report. Alkidix is now histrionic. The household expands. Edixo has a pet sheep. The Atrebates are now destroyed. And the Sequani are destroyed. What is happening up here?
Ready for battle.
Okay, let's get out of that mountain pass here.
To travel is to be truly free. Orders.
Elixo, let's send him back to our home territory. Who is the general?
Honor to gods and your ancestors. Kill!
Drakinos, what happened to our king? Did he succumb to attrition? Was he just old? Did something happen? I'm not sure. Who is the leader of our faction now? No, Alkudix is still here. He's just wounded. Aha. Okay, so he's back home. Which is fine. It's better than having lost him. Now we're just gonna wait.
Warriors all.
And have them kind of be closer here. Doesn't really matter. Now we're losing a lot. It's probably because we're besieging. We're losing a lot of money with that army here.
For the tribe.
And this unit is out of movement points. This is rough.
Yes.
Let's steal food.
See?
Looks like the Wokai have raised a second force here. If we get repulsed...
Aidan Kitsten!
Ah, okay, so I think what happened was his unit was... the health of his unit fell down to 0 because of attrition. And then he was sent back from the front. It was just his unit, not him personally. Slightly confusing. Alright. Let's go into the next turn. I want to be able to capture Massalia, and then I think I'll be able to call it a little bit of a break. We'll call it a day in terms of Rome 2 for today. Now, I think we might have all of our siege weaponry available at the next turn, in which case we'll just go ahead and assault the city. The upkeep cost for maintaining an army this far afield with no baggage trains, really, is astoundingly high. It's not breaking it down anywhere that I can see, but I think from what I've been able to gather, it jumped significantly, and I think that's because we are besieging a city. I know I've read in other kind of hover points here that that was an issue. Looked like some arrows started pointing, and I think that might just be the attrition that's happening. And I think it's because we don't have a baggage train with that army anymore, and we're far away from our home territory. We need to check to see what's happening in the north. It looks like the Sequani are out. I'm not sure who is in that territory now, whether or not they're friendly. Hopefully they are. If not, we're going to have to maybe sack Massalia, settle, maybe have peace, maybe even just sack the city, and return our armies north. We might have an exposed flank now. We'll have to see what the political map looks like in just a little bit here. Alkidix is now ready to command. He's no longer wounded. Sabotage! Oh no! Namatios has increased in rank. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff that's happened here. Attrition. A faction encountered the Ikeni. Those are, they're in Britain. The Editani have been destroyed. Drakinos has gained an aged retainer. And war has been declared between the Ikeni and the Nerwii. So, just taking a quick look here, It looks like the Nerui have taken over Terrororum and Wesontio. We have to make sure that we're on good terms with them. Let's save now. That'll be interesting. The diplomatic map has changed in the north for sure. A couple of those factions have just disappeared off the map. Let's take a look at diplomacy. So, we don't really have any relationship with the Nerui. They are Celtic. We can trade.
Greetings! Speak plainly and without...
How about a non-aggression pact? Who are they on terms with? It looks like they're pretty large here. And the Carnutes are pretty neutral with us. Alright. Looks like we can't really do anything there. Let's see if we can take over Massalia and be done with this war. Say summer. Massalia. Can we outright just take the city now?
Attack! We take the settlement for the tribe!
Okay. Looks like we have a pretty decent chance here. I'm just going to go ahead and control. It's going to take 12 turns, otherwise we are not going to be reinforcing with any additional armies. We have the siege engines that we have. Not overwhelming, but it's worth something. Let's have the computer auto-resolve this. Let's save this. We have some supremacy here in terms of strength, so close victory or Pyrrhic. Let's try close victory. We are pretty much equal in terms of manpower, but let's say here we go.
This is good. The ways of our people take deep hold in this region.
All right. That's actually fantastic. So we gained a bunch of XP here. We lost a couple units, so I mean that's to be expected. The baggage train and the Gaisatoi, but they've lost their entire navy, almost all of the garrison army, and another garrison fleet. A total of 1857, 576 remaining. We captured 222 of them. What do we do? Do we occupy, loot, sack, raise, or liberate? I'd say let's capture it. Let's just take it.
Yeah! Thirsty for battle! I live to serve!
I am happy with that result. Let's send our troops back north.
Epona, ready for orders! This traveler. Getting on our way!
And let's come to the peace table.
Greetings in the name of Hermes. Speak.
Okay, so I guess they're going to try to retake Massalia. Good luck to them. Let's convert or dismantle all of these other things. Let's dismantle a bunch of this stuff, which we can't really use. And the port is fine. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Don't dismantle that. Oops. Dismantle this. No, let's just leave it. Let's leave it. I don't know why this converted to one of your old buildings. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with that, but I'm going to leave it because it'll get rid of our entire garrison if we do that. So let's take a couple of these other things out first. It's probably because the garrison right here. What if we convert that or dismantle it? Okay, let's just try that. Character has unassigned skill Nematios and Drekinos. Okay, where's Nematios?
What would you have of me?
couple skills here. Silent Blade. Increased success chance. Let's have him go east. We're still technically at war with the Massilians here.
Love the open road. Heading out.
Looks like we have an income surplus, which is great. And we have captured Massilia. Has that changed our diplomatic standing with anybody? How about the Helvetii? We can't trade with them. The Insubres? Can we trade with the Insubres?
The gods will have me listen to
Nope.
you.
How about the Wokai Tectosages?
Greetings. Now speak
Nope.
plainly.
How about the Wokai?
A flapping tongue that speaks without wisdom.
Nobody seems to want to trade with us. I'm not sure why. Let's go ahead and end that turn, but let's save that. Call that a success. So we don't need the BC here. We don't need the summer. We could do S, and we can just say Massalia. End that turn. Okay, Drakino still needs to be assigned a skill here.
His mother to us all.
Now, it looks like our income is definitely better because we're not actually besieging anything. Now we have the entire, or much of the Rhone Valley, all the way down to the Mediterranean. We can now actually build a fleet. Looks like the Massilians are not going to declare peace. They're not willing to do that yet. So why don't we just go ahead and send this army east, have them replenish. We can besiege Genoa. We can make them into a client state. I'm not too worried about capturing that. Like I said, I want a little bit of a buffer between us and Rome, though I don't know if they're going to be willing to declare peace without first recapturing their old home city. Not going to let that happen. Again, the way I see it, they started it. Reburos, a child is born. Food shortage in Arverni. Troubled populace in Narbonensis. Now let's take this army out. I think that's decreasing public order by quite a bit. Rebellion in 4 turns, cultural differences, taxes, slaves, political instability, food, faction, military presence. Let's get our army outside city walls here. We can actually send him to Genoa. Let's see if we can set up an ambush, actually. Oh, nope. Are we stealing food? Let's steal some food.
Scouting.
Now, we can upgrade... Why did I dismantle that? They already built it. But, you know, okay, let's increase the sacred enclosure. Let's build a sacred enclosure. We need to kind of convert the populace. Ooh, 11,000. It's pretty rough. Now, the Razorbacks here, Adamo, let's have him stay here.
Is to be truly free.
And he can patrol the region.
Faster, damn you all.
And we have our 2 main armies. Let's go back up here.
Gaul is mother to us all. On the move, honor the gods and your ancestors. Gauls love the open road.
Now, we can definitely get new units for both of these armies here.
Ready for battle. Gaul is mother. To travel is to be truly free. Warriors all. Death in battle. There is no finer ending.
All right. So I'm also noticing that we can't recruit units anywhere we want, even though we theoretically have them within our empire. We have to be able to raise the units directly from that region. Most of our foot soldiers are going to be coming from Nemosos. Vivracta is providing us with our foot soldier, or our cavalry. And I think Massalia is going to be able to provide us with phalanx units. Now we want to make sure that a rebellion doesn't happen. Let's see if we can send one of our politicians down to organize some games. We're also building a sacred enclosure. Oh, here we go. And we are going to save this. The brave companions. We are going to auto-resolve that. Decisive victory. Say, protective stance. We have range superiority, so let's do that. Okay, so they lost 960 to our 124. That was very heavily in our favor. We also captured a bunch of them. Let's go ahead and ransom them again.
Ready for further orders.
We can actually probably set siege to Genoa. I don't think they're going to have enough of a garrison to come out and sally forth, but I'm not sure. Let's take a look at how large the garrison is. I actually wouldn't necessarily want to be right next to the Romans. I'd rather have the Ligurians there. So if we do capture Genoa, we're going to go and release that. Let the Ligurians take it. Rather, grant it back to them to liberate the province, as it were. Now, it also seems like the Wokai are still at war with the Massilians as well. So we don't want to let our guard down and let them walk into Genoa after doing all the hard work ourselves. We want to make sure our flanks are secure. We are starting to expand the empire a little bit, so we don't want to overextend ourselves. We have one army in Nemosos, so it's going to be heading towards Nemosos to get more foot soldiers. We have another army in Vivracte. Okay, Drakinos increased in rank. There is still a food shortage in Arverni. Can we actually build anything to alleviate that food shortage? It looks like we can. The watchtower. But that doesn't increase our food. We need a 4 population surplus, which we don't have. So average fertility. Province effects. Food shortage. Encourage populace. Not sure why we can't build. Let's see, what can we do here? Maybe we should dismantle this guard's hut. Not worried about public order as much. Though I'm not sure we'll be able to build in place of it. So let's go ahead and save this. I don't want to demolish a building unnecessarily and find out we don't have the technology to build something really cool in its place. Let's save that. I really want to be able to increase our food storage. This is rather annoying. Let's go ahead and maybe convert that or dismantle it. Let's dismantle it. We'll take 1 turn. Now here in Massalia, we can upgrade this. We can expand. So we're already building the sacred enclosure. Let's see if we could build something for food. This increases our public order per turn. Increases our, see, enclosed land. 1 food. Wealth from farming. Export food edict. Or we can build a warrior lodge. Let's do this. We can actually build our own troops down here. Now this unit is kind of... Maybe we could just patrol. Oh, we are patrolling. Now, let's see. What's happening here? Troubled populace in Gallia. Unhappy populace in Narbonensis. Encouraged populace in Aquitania. And our household expands Drakinos gains a general, plus 4% armor for all units, a shield bearer. He doesn't gain a general, he is a general. He just expanded his household. Let's send this army into Nemosos.
Get moving!
We're already recruiting a bunch of units here. Let's see if we can siege. Oh, I guess not. We can move a little bit further. Actually, let's see. Can we raid? We can raid. Let's raid.
We will hear the lamentation of their women.
And he has a skill. Let's say, I'd like for him to be able to reinforce. Okay. Replenishment rate. There we go. And we have another skill. Let's see if we can be... Effective ambusher. Let's save this. All right. We don't want to over-recruit. I don't want to overextend. At this point, honestly, if we capture Genoa, I will definitely let the Ligurians take it back. That's a little too far afield for us. Right next to the Romans. I'd rather not deal with them this early in the game. I'd rather establish a firmer kind of hold over all of our territories. I'm fine with having just one ocean territory. We can probably have more trade routes. Can we actually attack Genoa outright? We'll move our troops into there. I'm not sure if we can. Now, we do outnumber the garrison, or we do outnumber their standing army, but their garrison might still be pretty large. Looks like the Volcae are moving a fleet out to Genoa. And the Insubres have an army at the gates as well, it seems. Not sure if the Insubres are at war with the Genoese or with the Massilians. Blackmail. Alcides, one of your family members is being blackmailed. Oh, we don't? Okay, so do nothing minus gravitas or counter the rumors. That's a lot of gold. Let's do nothing. We have a lot of gravitas. I'm not worried about that. Let's do nothing. A new political intrigue has developed. Intrigue spread rumors instigating party Gabali chieftains target Alcides, target party Arverni chieftains. Consequence, their demands were refused, and your character's reputation has been tarnished by the rumors that they have spread. Well, not too worried about politics at this moment. We have a lot of money that we need. The Carnutes have declared war on the Nervii, so the Carnutes seem to be pretty aggressive here. They're taking over most of the northern part of Gaul. Not sure how I feel about that. We'll have to contend with that later, which is the reason why I kind of want to wrap this whole southern Gaul escapade up, so we can refocus our attention north. Now, let's take a look at the diplomacy screen. Are they at war? Who are the Massilians at war with? Just the Volcae and the Verni. This Insubres army seems to be menacing, though. Why can't we move? Oh, it's because we're in this weird stance. I keep forgetting about that. Now, can we just take Genoa outright? No. Can we encircle? Ah, siege vehicles are only available when attacking province capitals. Ah, it's because their forces are coming out to attack us. Let's retreat. break the siege. That's a pretty large army that they have to counter with, and we don't have a way to fight back. So let's break the siege. I'm fine with the Insubres taking that too. Like I said, I don't really care if I'm the one who is able to conquer the Massilians. I just want them to get off our backs here. So who else can we recruit? There's some light horse, another unit of skirmishers.
Ready for battle. Come, fight for us, lads.
Alright. Carnutes are very expansionistic at the top of the map here. It's kind of worrisome. We're going to leave the Massilians to their own fate over in Genoa. Public order is still in -10. Not sure how we can increase that. Maybe exempt them from taxation?
The overall happiness of a population is influenced by a variety of different contributing factors.
Nope, we can't do that.
Taxation, cultural differences and devastation following conquest, food shortages, slaves, the presence of entertainment buildings, squalor, and the actions of enemy agents. Rebellion becomes a risk when the people are so unhappy that repression can no longer contain public order.
And let's just continue to raid here. Can we do anything diplomatically? The Nervii are on neutral terms with us. The Carnutes are neutral. They don't like the treaties with the Pictones. Why? What happened? I thought they were on good terms with the Pictones. Let's see if we can have a defensive alliance here. No?
I cannot settle on such. My friend, be welcome.
It's strange. I don't know why some of these regions are so loath to have defensive alliances. How about the Wokai?
Greetings to you.
Trade agreements?
You come with honorable words.
Non-aggression pact?
Kindly.
Really? Defensive alliance, maybe?
All
Alright.
Yes.
This is strange, but let's go ahead and save that. Let's end the turn here. Starting to get to that one more turn part of the game right now. So I think after this next turn, barring any other kind of interesting developments, we're going to go ahead and stop there. This is the thing with games that go on a turn-by-turn basis. Sometimes it's just easy to fall into that and keep playing till you get to a point that is good. However you end up defining that. But right now it seems like it's pretty good, a good place to pause. We're rebuilding our armies. We're consolidating control over our conquest of Massalia. Looks like the Massilians are still at war with the Wokai. I don't want them to threaten our flank. I'm not sure if the Insubres are going to go to war with the Massilians. They have a large army right outside the gates of Genoa. I'm not sure if they're going to be allied with the Massilians to try to retake Massalia. Computer's taking its time thinking here. Okay, it looks like the Insubres are sending an army west, completely just going past Genoa. Makes me suspicious. It makes me wonder if they're actually going to try to send that force towards us. Have they declared war on us? Are they planning on doing that? Unseasonal conditions. Outraged populace in Narbonenses. Hidden agent exposed. Maybe we can have peace.
ready for orders.
Huh! I have not played around with these buttons here. That is great. Let's save this. Let's see if we can have peace with the Massilians. Again, I tried to extend the olive branch. They weren't having any of it.
I cannot say for how long.
That's,
The matters of state and a splendid bowl of olives demand attention.
Trade agreement. Nope. Okay, you know what? Fine. Let's just go ahead and do this.
Peace? It is a good thing, for it allows men a little rest.
Your proposal here is ripe with intelligence.
Well, it looks like we are now at peace. I'm not sure about this Insubidae's army. I'm not sure where they're sending that force to. How about the Wokai Tectosages?
Speak plainly and without...
Okay, non-aggression pact with the Wokai Tectosages. Maybe a defensive alliance? No?
Your people are a byword for honor, but I
don't know what it takes to get some of these advanced diplomacy options.
Easily, although you speak your part well.
So the Carnutes here, and the Nervii here. I'm not gonna get in the middle of that. How about the Iceni? Oh, the Iceni expanded to south to Belgica. That's the reason why I heard about them. How about a trade agreement? Really?
I am.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's try to see if we can build a fleet. We might actually be able to. Well, maintenance cost for a fleet is pretty high. So we're going to be building a sacred enclosure which increases sanitation, reduces regional income, but increases Celtic cultural influence. But this unlocks the recruitment of some of the other local units down here. And in Aquitania, in Nemosos, let's see, what else can we build here? Aha! Enclosed land. Let's build that. We need the food. How about in Vivrakte? Can we build anything? Need 5 population surplus. So I'm not sure exactly what this means when it says population surplus. I'm trying to figure that out. -12. Let's see if we can send... Oh, we don't have the money for games right now. Okay. Well, hopefully the revolt won't be too substantial. Now, we actually, you know, I have to move our army back here. Maybe they can patrol the region as well.
Stragglers will be left behind.
I'm worried about this Insubidae's army. What are they doing here?
Thirsty for battle.
Let's set up an ambush here. I don't know what these Insubidaes are going to do. I don't trust them.
For the tribe.
Same thing with them.
Surprise will be our advantage.
So before we get pulled into yet another turn, I think that'll be the end of this particular segment of play. So to summarize, we were able to capture Massalia from the Massilians, and now we have settled with them for peace. They control Genoa. I am not worried about them. I'd rather have a secure flank here. The Insubidaes have an army at the head of this pass, and I'm not sure where they're going. They're not at war with us. At least they are not at war with us yet. The Carnutes have successfully captured Namnetum and Juliobona, which is a little troubling because now they have 3 regions up here in the north of Gallia. They might control the entire province of Gallia, actually. Oh, except for Bivracte. I'm not sure. They are now at war here with the Nerwii. I kind of want the Nerwii to fight them off. They're going to be fighting really close to our territory here. They're going through this mountain pass. Looks like the Ardennes that they're going to be fighting through. I'm going to see what we can do the next few turns to consolidate our power here. Try to see if we can play the balance of power in this area and make sure we don't have an exposed northern flank north of Bivracte. Thanks for joining. See you next time.